So as you can see in this image, and I'll move this a little bit so we can join here. This is the time where the tradition gives us this image of the doors that are closing. These are the doors that we open in Rosh Hashanah, the doors of our holidays. We open the doors for lots of reflection, for lots of serious reflection, and the reflection that hopefully now will move us to do things and do different and do better. So we'll join now for this time of Neilah, closing the high holidays. And why don't we begin with the song? This is a beautiful poem from Hannah Senesh, Eli, Eli. Eli, Eli, shelo yigamer leolam, hachol v'hayam, rishru shel hamayim, berak hashamayim, tfilat hadam, hachol v'hayam, rishru shel hamayim, berak hashamayim, tfilat hadam. Eli, Eli, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart. And I'll invite you for just a couple more readings for this conclusion of Yom Kippur. And I'll read, and I'll invite you, if you wish, to join me for this reading. The high holiday season is a time of reflection and introspection. We immerse ourselves, body and soul, into the work of assessing who we were in the past year and deepening our commitment to who we want to be in the year to come. When this period of reflection ends with the wail of the shofar on Yom Kippur, we re-enter the world dedicated to fulfill our vows for change. Now is the time to turn our lofty commitments into tangible actions to impact our renewed world. Now is the time to move from reflecting about justice to pursuing it. Now is the time to build the world that we imagine in our meditation and in our prayer. We reflected on our generosity and greed of the past year. Now is the time to share of our resources to support the vulnerable. We reflected on the ways in which we have used and abused power during the past year. Now is the time to harness our political power to advocate for those without a voice. We reflected on how our actions have affected others over the past year. Now is the time to act intentionally and decisively, to stand up as leaders for change and to motivate others to join the struggle for human rights. Together, let the momentum of this time of change lead us individually and collectively to true teshuvah, tefillah, and tzedakah, introspection, prayer, and pursuit of justice. May we be blessed to fully engage in the process of reflection and then transition to action, so that this new year may bring about the transformations that we seek in the world. And this Yom Kippur, we learned that we don't have walls and we can join transcending our walls. So our small Jewish community here in Cary, Raleigh, Wake County, we're all connected. We're connected with Jews all over the world celebrating this day. And so we have a message, and we have a few messages, and this first one is coming from Jerusalem, everyone.
My name is Dalia Marks. I'm the Aaron Pankin Professor of Liturgy and Midrash at the Jerusalem campus of Hebrew Union College, Jewish Institute of Religion. Friend, this is a unique beginning of what seems to be a unique year. And what I think, when I think about Jewish liturgy, this is my area of expertise, I see that often times of constraints and limitations and all kinds of challenges are times of great liturgical and spiritual and Jewish creativity. We did not choose this crisis. It happened to us. But now that it's here, we can try to make it the best out of it and use it to think and rethink who we are as individuals. What does it mean for us to be Jewish? What is prayer for us? What is Keilah, community for us? All these things are embedded in this, we're invited to reflect on them in this time. You know, in the last 5.5 years, I was privileged to be the co-editor of the new Israeli Reform Siddur. Let me upload the cover. It's called Tfilat Adam, and I co-edited it with my friend and colleague Rabbi Alona Lisitsa. Tfilat Adam means in English the prayer of the individual, of the human being. And when I thought, what do I want to bless you with? How do I want to? What do I want to wish you? I said, why don't I use some of the most ancient texts, ancient words that we have in this newest Reform prayer book to share my thoughts and feelings with you. So one of the texts that we have in the Siddur is a special prayer that the Jews in Eretz Israel, the Jews in the land of Israel, send to their brothers and sisters in the diaspora. And we find it right at the beginning of the second book of Maccabees. It is dated to the 2nd century before Common Era. And let me read these words to you. They are slightly revised to make it more gender inclusive, but let me read these to you, and then we can also translate them. So here is the text. אחינו ואחיותינו בתפוצות, שלום וישע רב. To our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, abundant peace and redemption to all of you. אדוני אלוהים יברך אתכם ויזכור לכם את בריתו, את אברהם ושרה, ואת יצחק ורבקה, ואת יעקב, לאה ורחל. May God bless you and remember for your sake the covenant that the Eternal made with Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob, Leah and Rachel. May the Holy One give you a whole heart to revere and worship God with all your heart and with all your soul. May the Eternal open your heart to meditate on the Torah and keep its commandment. V'iten lachem bracha v'shalom. And may the Divine send you blessing and peace. May the ever-living God hear your prayers and have compassion upon you and be your help at times of trouble. And this is a time of trouble. זאת תפילתנו בעדכם כל הימים. This is our prayer for you each and every day, and let us say Amen. So this is also my prayer for you, from me here in Jerusalem, to all of you, to your Keilah, to your families. Have a happy new year, a good new year, and may we be out of this crisis as soon as possible and with as little difficulties as possible. Shana Tova. שנה טובה.
That was Rabbi Dalia Marks. And let's now continue with a song. This is a beautiful song composed just for this moment, just for the moment of Ne'ilah, of closing of the gates. So I'll sing it, and please join me at home. It's a very joyful song, so let's take the time and close the gates with joy. El Nor Alila, El Nor Alila, Hamtzilanu Mechila, Beshat Neila. El Nor Alila, El Nor Alila, Hamtzilanu Mechila, Beshat Neila. מתי מספר קרובים לחיים נושאים ומסלדים בחילה בשעת הנעילה. אל נור עלילה, אל נור עלילה, המציא לנו מחילה בשעת הנעילה. שופכים לך נפשם, מחפישם וכחשם, והמציאם מחילה בשעת הנעילה. אל נור עלילה, אל נור עלילה, המציא לנו מחילה בשעת הנעילה. היה להם לסתרה, והצילם ממארה, וחותמם להוד ולגילה, בשעת הנעילה. אל נור עלילה, אל נור עלילה, המציא לנו מחילה, בשעת הנעילה. חון אותם ורחם, וכל לוחץ ולוחם, עשה בהם פלילה, בשעת הנעילה. And we have another message, this time coming from South America and from different parts in South America, as you will hear.
Dear friends, my good and dear and old friend, Rabbi Yederi. My name is Eddie Oberman. I'm a student rabbi from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Thank you for inviting me to talk to you in these final days of Yamim Noraim and walking our first steps in this new year. We're living challenging times, right? Just when we thought nothing can surprise us, reality proved us wrong. Here in Argentina, with an uninterrupted quarantine since March, we have to learn new ways of supporting the meetings, the closeness, the sense of community, despite the mandatory social distancing. We all know that these last months haven't been easy, but there's always a B side to the reality we live in. In our case, it was that this same need to feel in community, to live a community life, overcoming the isolation, is what gave this Yamin Noraim a different dimension of meeting. That's why with two colleagues, one from Brazil and one from Chile, we decided to unite the small and peripheral communities of Latin America in a network of communities and friends. They went from Mexico to Argentina and others that joined from Spain, from Belgium, from Israel also. We try to make everybody feel like this was happening in their own community. They were not just a silent audience. Gladly we did it, and the side effect of this pandemic is that we met new friends in gathered communities that otherwise wouldn't have the chance to live or to have their own high holidays. As we start this new year, I think we will have to face a bigger challenge to open our doors and see what happened out there. The social tissue, at least in Argentina, is severely damaged. People are all in need, and we will have to answer to our brothers and sisters. We may have to rebuild our societies, and this will be crucial to see how can we support them. And I'm not just talking. I'm not talking about just economics. That is the most clear, the most evident crisis. But are people with in need of um, emotional support and to feel that they are not alone. Our task, all of us Jews, is to find a way to reach out to those that need us. It doesn't matter who they are or what they believe in. I think that we are hearing a lot the term new normal, and allow me to disagree, but I don't think that we will find any normal when we open our doors. A new reality, sure, but norms or rules are about to change, and we may have to change them. We faced, as Jews, uh, life-defining changes and social earthquakes and turmoil for thousands of years, and we survived. Not by adapting the reality to the old rules, quite the opposite. Understanding that Judaism is a living, adaptive, and a changing body that can do so by sustaining the core values that give it its meaning. We have lived and gone through endless of adverse situations, and yet, Hinenu, here we are. And we will also be there when this pandemic is over, and when this known equation of tragedy plus time equals comedy, I hope it will happen the sooner we can. So, my new friends from North Carolina, may we all have a good, sweet, meaningful, and blessed year. A year of joy, of peace, of health, and it wouldn't hurt a little bit of calm and quietness. Just a bit. Thank you all, and Shana Tova. Dear friends, my good and dear and
So that was Eddie from Buenos Aires and different parts of Latin America. And let's sing the last verse of this song, El Nora Alila, Tizkule Shanim Rabot. May we be blessed with many years, children and parents, in joy, in happiness, as we approach the Neila. תזכו לשנים רבות, הבנים והאבות, בדיצה ובצהלה, בשעת הנעילה, אל אור עלילה, אל אור עלילה, המציא לנו מחילה, בשעת הנעילה. And we have one last reading for this day, and we spend so much time thinking of all that it's not okay, all that is wrong, all that needs fixing. And let us end this reflection of Yom Kippur bringing to mind one more time all the things that are right, all the things that are good, all the things that are the assets that we have in our community, in our mind, all the wonderful things that happen around us and that we are part of. We now bring to mind the healing acts by which we bring God's blessing into our lives. The acts of repair, which bring God's presence within us through our words and deeds. And please join me at home. Acts of healing we have done when judging others with compassion, and acts of repair we have done through rigorous self-judgment. Acts of healing we have done in kindness to parents and children, and acts of repair we have done in loyalty to spouses, partners, and friends. Acts of healing we have done by self-discipline and self-restraint, and acts of repair we have done when ridding ourselves of destructive habits. Acts of healing we have done when seeing the holy in the ordinary, and acts of repair we have done by taking upon ourselves sacred obligations. Acts of healing we have done by sincerely seeking forgiveness, and acts of repairs we have done by truly forgiving others. Acts of healing we have done in love towards Zion, and acts of repair we have done by supporting the state and people of Israel. Acts of healing we have done by recognizing with appreciation how life is a gift, and acts of repair we have done acknowledging our blessings with humble gratitude. May all these bring us blessings and bring near the day when you shall be one and we all shall live as one. And this is from the other end of our country, from the West Coast, from California, Rabbi Singer.
Greetings. I'm Rabbi Suzanne Singer, and I'm the rabbi of Temple Bethel in Riverside, California, where right now the air is pretty bad, unfortunately. We've got terrible fires going on. We're lucky right here because we're okay, but so many people have lost homes and some people have lost lives, and we feel so badly for them. This has been such a tough year. You know it as much or better than I do. 5780 is one we'll be happy to say goodbye to. It's forcing us, among other things, to have our high holidays virtually on Zoom or live stream or however you're doing it in your community. I was so happy that Rabbi Edery asked me to share some thoughts with you for the high holidays this year. I really respect and admire Rabbi Edery. He and I have done some work together on some social justice issues, which are important to him as well as to me. My wish for the high holidays is that we be kind to one another and kind to ourselves, because we are just going through so many challenges, from the pandemic to various natural disasters around the country, to a difficult economy, to a very difficult political situation. And there's so much uncertainty, and our lives are not what we thought they would be this year. So I hope that 5781 is a happier, healthier one. And again, I think it's so important for us to really try to be open-minded towards each other, even if we have different points of view, to remember that all of us are created b'tselem Elohim, in the image of God. And there's a spark of the divine in every one of us. And be kind to yourself, because we all need to take care of ourselves as well. As Rabbi Hillel said, if I am not for myself, who will be? And if I am for myself only, what am I? And if not now, when? I need to listen to that as well. I need to do some self-care. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and please enjoy the high holidays such as they are. Shana Tova u'metuka. May you have a sweet, pleasant, and healthy new year.
And now it's time for Havdalah, for closing this day. And of course, with Havdalah, we begin with lights, candle, and wine. Please join me. La 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Bore peri agafen, Bore peri agafen. Ya la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Yadadai, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei minei besamim, Borei minei besamim. Ya la 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 ya la la Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei meorei haesh, Borei meorei haesh. Ya la da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamavdil ben kodesh lechol, hamavdil ben kodesh lechol. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishvi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Agiladi, Bimera veyameinu, Yavo eleinu, Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben David. For one last time, we listen to our shofar. If you're at home and you wish to rise and stand for one final blast of shofar, and we'll follow singing our hope at Tikva. Kolot baleva penima, nefesh Yehudi homia, ulpatei mizrach kadima, ayin lezion Sofia, od lo Tikvateinu, Atikva bat shot alpayim, V'yotam chofshi ve'artzeinu, Eretz Tzion v'Yerushalayim, Liyotam chofshi be'artzeinu, Eretz Tzion v'Yerushalayim. Shana Tova, Chatima Tova, a good new year to everyone.